Welcome to the official Personality Guru. Each personality type has 4 cognitive functions, and typically, a type can be referred to by its 2 functions. In the case of the ESTJ personality type, their 2 top functions are extroverted thinking and introverted sensing, so they would be referred to as TESI. Also, the types of functions dictate what they influence. For instance, thinking and feeling functions both affect decision making, whereas intuition and sensing affect how a personality type will process the information. The order that the cognitive functions will be discussed reflects the importance of their role in the ESTJ personality type. Listed from the most important and dominant to the inferior, their placement affects how much impact they truly have. Today, let's talk about understanding ESTJ thinking. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to the official Personality Guru and ring the bell icon to get regular updates on our latest uploads. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. ESTJs thrive on order and continuity. Being extroverted, their focus involves the organization of people, which translates into supervision. While ENTJs enjoy organizing and mobilizing people according to their theories and tactically based agendas, ESTJs are content to enforce the rules, often dictated by tradition or handed down from a higher authority. ESTJs are joiners. They seek out like-minded companions in clubs, civic groups, churches, and other service organizations. The need for belonging is woven into the fiber of SJs. The family, likewise, is a central focus for ESTJs, and attendance at such events as weddings, funerals, and family reunions is obligatory. Tradition is important to the ESTJ. Holidays, birthdays, and other annual celebrations are remembered and observed often religiously by this type. The ESTJ is inclined to seek out his roots, to trace that family heritage back to honored ancestors, both for a sense of family respectability and for a sense of security and belonging. Service, the tangible expression of responsibility, is another key focus for ESTJs. They love to provide and receive good service. The ESTJ merchant who provides dependable service has done much to enhance his or her self-image. ESTJs have an acute sense of orthodoxy. Much of their evaluation of persons and activities reflects their strong sense of what is normal and what isn't. ESTJ humor is frequently centered around something or someone being off-center or behaving abnormally. Understanding the primary function of each personality type certainly helps give a better idea of how they respond to and take in information. Their dominant function is going to be what stands out the most and is represented by the world around them. While the dominant function works in combination with your other functions, it is still the one that helps people signify your personality and is often what is presented outwardly. It is the lead function in making decisions and in helping to form a strong sense of self. While understanding all of the functions and how they work together is truly important, knowing someone's primary function is certainly the first step to knowing them a bit better. ESTJs are often outgoing and driven people who value being an important member of their community. They care about getting things done efficiently and don't want to be viewed as someone who fails or is incompetent with anything they do. They care about being able to be as efficient as possible, and this is something that comes from their dominant function, their extroverted thinking or TE. This is a strong part of the ESTJ's outward appearance and behaviors, making their primary function one that stands out the most to the outside world. While their other functions play an important role in aiding their TE and how the ESTJ responds to the world, it is important to dive deeper into understanding all of these functions. The ESTJ is strong-willed and focused because of this extroverted thinking, which makes it a big part of how others view and understand them. How TE works. Extroverted thinking or TE is very focused on getting things done and being as efficient as possible in the process. It is a function that is easily recognizable since it isn't focused on emotions or people. Instead, it is focused on processes and systems. TE is very to the point, wanting to get to the core of the situation and not waste time with pointless analysis. Once the user finds the best solution, they want to focus on taking action, rather than spending too much time trying to overanalyze and consider other options. They don't need to constantly explore possibilities. Instead, they want to look at what is clear and accurate. The TE dominant user wants to find the most efficient way to better a situation and path, wanting everything to be done in the best way possible. They care about understanding information and facts but won't waste time once they know they are right about something. This is what can cause the user to seem a bit harsh in how direct they are, but it isn't about hurting feelings or being cruel. The intention is simply to focus on the facts and to strategize rather than focusing on emotions or sensitivities. They become very clear and concise, not wanting to leave any room for error or misunderstanding in a situation. They're not afraid of taking charge. Their TE helps them dictate and get things done in a leadership position. TE can become a very action-oriented function, not wanting to sit around and wait for things to happen. It allows the user to figure out the most strategic way to solve a problem, optimizing their abilities and finding ways to make the process superior. Once they figure out the best way to get the job done, they're not afraid of taking charge and moving forward rather than stagnating and becoming doubtful. TE in ESTJs. Extroverted thinking or TE can make the ESTJ appear rather forward and aggressive when it comes to problem solving. They don't handle inefficiency well and can become short-tempered with people who seem lazy or incapable of getting things done the right way. ESTJs don't mind if someone is willing to learn but become frustrated by people who seem to be ignoring their instructions and won't learn from their mistakes. Their TE makes them rather direct people, which can be intimidating to those around them. When they want to say something, that ESTJ is rarely afraid to be honest and to the point with their words. At times, this can seem a bit too harsh and void of emotions, but the ESTJ does favor facts and practicality over feelings when it comes to getting things done. Their extroverted thinking makes the ESTJ somewhat goal-oriented, wanting to get things done and focusing on achieving the goals which are most important to them. They're not afraid of going after what they want and just don't like wasting their time thinking about what could be. For the ESTJ, just waiting around for something to happen seems completely foolish, and they would rather take action when they know what the best path is for them. ESTJ functions. While TE helps the ESTJ to understand data and focuses on facts, their SI is also an important function for them in aiding the use of this TE. Their secondary or auxiliary function is their introverted sensing or SI, and this helps the ESTJ to catalog facts and details from the past. They become very focused on proven methods, looking back towards things that has been successful for them and proved to be right of means of getting things done. Their minds work to categorize the information and perceptions they gather from the outside world and the people around them. This is an internal way of organizing what they discover and helps the ESTJ to learn from their past experiences. If something went poorly in the past, they don't want to reuse this method and instead will want to improve upon what they are doing. ESTJs value traditions and care about ensuring that they are getting things done in the best and most efficient way possible. While their extroverted thinking is their primary function, the rest of the ESTJ's functions are important in aiding this TE. They are very driven people who don't allow themselves to become caught up in analysis. Instead, they care about taking action. Extroverted thinking. ESTJs are very good at making impersonal decisions quickly and standing by those decisions. They live in their extroverted thinking function. Thus, their prime directive is in discovering that which is true and logical in the events of the real world. Circumstances calling for product invite the ESTJ to supervise or direct other individuals toward production and productivity. Extroverts are attracted to the object, the external things and people in observable reality. This bent translates into a natural interest in goods and material objects. Introverted sensing. The secondary introverted sensing is like that of the ISTJ but not as strong. SI provides practical form and concept data to the TE head. However, form is not the overriding principle, especially if thinking has already decided. In times of need, ESTJs are tempted to overlook even necessary information if its absence impedes closure. Secondary sensing sometimes translates into interest in sports. The persistence of primary thinking gives many ESTJs a desire for discipline and regimen, which can be beneficial in skills development in the arena. How about you as an ESTJ or any other personality type? How can we better understand your level of thinking? Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience for a chance to have your comment pinned. Extroverted intuition. As the ESTJ matures and as situations arise that call for suspension of criticism, extroverted intuition is allowed to play. Under the leadership of the TE function, intuition gravitates toward the discovery of broad categories, which at worst amount to stereotypes. Those ESTJs who hone their NE abilities may find success in academia. I've encountered ESTJs whose NE overshadows the auxiliary SI function. for whatever reason, to the extent that there is an appearance of anti-radical geeks. Before we continue, if you enjoy this video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. Introverted feeling. This function may rarely be expressed. ESTJs who have cultivated or have been blessed with a natural indirect expression of goodwill by inference have great prospects of developing genuine friendships, as opposed to ESTJs who merely act out the behavior of extroverted feeling. Such a weak introverted function is best observed in facial expression, eye contact, body language, and verbal only by implication.